Welcome to our video on installing Qt Linux applications with sudo privileges. If you're a developer or system administrator working with Linux systems, you know how important it is to ensure that your applications are accessible to all users while maintaining the necessary security and permission. In this video, we'll explore the best practices for installing Qt Linux applications so that they can be accessed by all users but still run with sudo privileges on startup. We'll take a step-by-step approach to understanding the concepts involved, breaking down complex ideas into simpler parts, and using examples to help illustrate the process. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to install your Qt Linux application securely and efficiently. To begin with, let's consider why we need to install applications with sudo privileges in the first place. In a typical Linux system, users have limited permissions, which prevents them from making changes to system files or running applications that require elevated privileges. However, some applications require these elevated privileges to function correctly. One common approach is to use the sudo command to grant temporary elevated privileges to the application. However, this can become cumbersome if the application needs to run on startup or be accessed by multiple users. To solve this problem, we can use a combination of techniques: installing the application in a system-wide location, configuring the application to run with sudo privileges using systemd or upstart, and ensuring that the application is accessible to all users. Firstly, let's look at installing the application in a system-wide location. This typically means placing the application executable in USR localbin or op. By doing so, we ensure that the application is available to all users on the system. Next, we need to configure the application to run with sudo privileges using systemd or upstart. This involves creating a service file that defines how the application should be started and what privileges it requires. For example, we can create a system service file that uses the sudo command to grant elevated privileges to the application. Finally, let's ensure that the application is accessible to all users. We can achieve this by setting the correct permissions on the application executable and any related files or directories. This ensures that all users have read and execute access to the application, while only authorized users have write access. To summarize, here are the key points to keep in mind when installing a Qt Linux application with sudo privileges. Install the application in a system-wide location, such as USR localbin or op. Configure the application to run with sudo privileges using systemd or upstart. Ensure that the application is accessible to all users by setting correct permissions on the executable and related file. In installing Qt Linux applitions with sudo privileges requires careful consideration of security, permissions, and accessibility. By following the steps outlined in this video, you can ensure that your application is both secure and accessible to all users. If you have any questions or need further clarification on any of the concepts discussed, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more informative content on the Linux system administration and development. We hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn more about Qt application development or Linux system administration, be sure to check out our other videos and tutorials. Thanks for watching.